Title: The Haunted Flat. I moved into a quaint little flat on Elm Street, hoping for a fresh start. Little did I know that this place held a sinister secret. The moment I stepped inside, an eerie chill ran down my spine, as if the very walls whispered dark tales. Ignoring my unease, I settled in, hoping it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. Late one night, as I lay in bed, I heard a faint scratching sound emanating from the closet. Curiosity mixed with fear as I slowly approached the source of the noise. The closet door creaked open on its own, revealing a pitch-black abyss. My heart raced, and a cold sweat enveloped me. Summoning all my courage, I reached for the light switch, but before I could flick it on, the room plunged into darkness. Panic consumed me, and I fumbled my way back to bed, fearing what lurked in the shadows. Days turned into weeks, and the flat became a breeding ground for malevolence. Objects moved on their own, whispers echoed through the halls, and the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence. I couldn't ignore it any longer. My flat was haunted. In an attempt to uncover the truth, I delved into the building's history. I discovered that a family had lived here years ago, but a tragedy befell them. A father, driven mad by unknown forces, murdered his wife and children before taking his own life. Their tortured souls were said to haunt the very space I now called home. Armed with this knowledge, I embarked on a mission to appease the vengeful spirits. I researched ancient rituals and sought the guidance of a local medium. Together, we performed a cleansing ceremony, hoping to lay the tormented souls to rest. However, the spirits grew angrier, their presence intensifying with each passing day. The flat transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth where walls bled and demonic whispers consumed my thoughts. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by restless nights filled with terror. Haunted by these relentless entities, I reached my breaking point. Desperate for respite, I made a bold decision. I would confront the spirits head-on. Armed with holy water and a crucifix, I stood in the center of my living room, daring them to reveal themselves. As the clock struck midnight, the air turned frigid, and a ghastly figure emerged from the shadows. The vengeful spirit, with hollow eyes and a tortured expression, stared into the depths of my soul. I trembled, unsure of my fate. Once upon a time, in a small town tucked away in the depths of a dense forest, there stood an old, abandoned schoolhouse. Legend had it that this desolate building had a dark history, shrouded in mystery and horror. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about the unfortunate events that occurred within its walls, warning the younger generations to stay away. One stormy evening, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to challenge the superstitions surrounding the schoolhouse. Led by Emma, a bold and curious young girl, they embarked on a quest to uncover the truth. Armed with flashlights and nerves of steel, they entered the eerie classroom. As they stepped inside, the air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding washed over them. The room appeared frozen in time, with dusty desks lined up neatly and yellowed textbooks strewn about. The remnants of an abandoned blackboard hinted at a forgotten lesson, but it was the portraits on the walls that caught their attention. Each painting depicted a former student, their eyes seemingly following the visitor's every move. The students' expressions varied from joyful to sorrowful, but there was an unmistakable darkness in their eyes, as if they were trapped in an eternal nightmare. Unsettled by the portraits, the group pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries that plagued the forsaken classroom. Suddenly, a chilling breeze swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights and plunging them into darkness. Whispers echoed from unseen corners, growing louder with each passing moment. The students felt unseen hands brushing against their skin, icy fingers crawling up their spines. Fear gripped their hearts as the room became a cacophony of malevolent laughter, chilling cries, and desperate pleas for help. Just when they thought they were doomed to the clutches of the classroom's sinister past, Emma's voice pierced through the chaos. "We seek answers, not harm. Release us from your torment," she shouted with unwavering determination. The room fell silent as if holding its breath. Then a faint voice responded, emanating from within the walls. "You dare to seek the truth? Beware what you may find." Moments later, the lights flickered back on, revealing a hidden... In the dim light, they discovered a forgotten chamber where unspeakable experiments had once taken place. Torn pages of diaries and journals scattered the floor, detailing the horrific experiments conducted on students by a deranged teacher, driven by a thirst for knowledge that crossed all boundaries of morality. As the teenagers absorbed the grim reality, a sorrowful wailing filled the room. The tormented spirits of the former students materialized, their eyes filled with a mix of sadness and anger. The teens felt their presence demanding justice, yearning to be released from their eternal suffering. With great empathy, Emma reached out to the spirits, vowing to bring their stories to light and expose the dark secrets that haunted the schoolhouse. The spirits, appeased by her promise, slowly dissipated, leaving behind a profound sense of sadness and closure. From that day forward, Emma dedicated her life to uncovering the truth behind the abandoned classroom, using the knowledge she gained to advocate for justice and ensure that such atrocities never happened again. And the old schoolhouse, once a den of nightmares, became a symbol of resilience and hope, a reminder of the power of courage and the importance of confronting the darkest corners of our past.